Hi everyone, and today we are going to talk about are you uninviting money? So let me know in the comments if you're watching the replay. Type in hashtag replay if you are watching the replay. And I am really happy to have you guys join me live, or whoever is watching the replay, watch the replay. Thank you so much for showing up. So, uninviting money. I actually first was introduced to this concept by Simone Milases, who is the worldwide coordinator of Access Consciousness. And I was interviewing her on one of my summits, and she spoke about uninviting money. And she said every single day, at night, I just ask, where have I uninvited money today? Right? And for me, that was like such an aha moment. It was like, oh my God, yes, really, totally. Throughout the day, we are uninviting money. Right. So before I kind of go over some of my things that I've written out, and I've written out like a page full of stuff here. Before I go over that, I'd love to know, like, if you think about the last, say, 3 or 4 days. So where have you uninvited money? Look at the last 3 or 4 days and let me know where you have uninvited money. So let me know in the comments where you have uninvited money. Okay. So I love, making people do some pen and paper exercises. And so if you have some pen and paper handy, just get it. And then I'm going to give you a few things, like some things for you to contemplate on. Okay. So one of the ways in which we uninvite money is when we have really, really, really strong points of views. Okay. When we have really strong points of views about things, that's when we are uninviting money. Okay. So what do I mean by having really strong points of views? Okay. So just yesterday on one of my group coaching calls, someone said that, I should be getting a lot of inheritance from my family, but my family has cheated me of my inheritance, right? And she said, it's not fair, it's just not fair, right? And she had such emotional charge around it's not fair. So here's the thing, when you go into right or wrong, good or bad, fair, unfair, or any of these things, what you are doing is you are creating polarized points of views. And when you have polarized points of views about things, then what occurs is that these polarized points of views will stop your receiving, right? So I'm not saying that it isn't a terrible thing that her family has cheated her out of money, and I'm not even telling her that don't try to get that money from your family. But it's more this thing that when you have this point of view of it's not fair, then that point of view is costing that point of view is actually stopping you from receiving money. Okay. So how many of you have this point of view called it's not fair? Okay, just let me know in the comments below if you have the point of view that it's not fair. Okay. And so all the it's not fair that you are functioning from, let's release on that. And basically what I do is I do a process called excuse me, energetic releases. Okay, and so let's release on that point of view of it's not fair. Okay, so one of the strong points of view is it's not fair. Okay, so when you have this point of view, then you are uninviting money. Now, in how many other ways are you uninviting money? Can you just, look back over the last few days and say, how you are uninviting money? So, for example, Shaheen says, I've planned a workshop, but that would cost a certain amount of money. I feel that they don't pay me. People won't subscribe to this workshop and they may not have that much money. So this is a great example. Okay, so if you have a point of view that people don't have that much money and they will not pay me for the workshop and they will not attend my workshop, then guess what, your point of view creates your reality. And so by having this point of view which doesn't allow you to receive money, are you uninviting money, right? So this is totally a way in which you are uninviting money. Now, I kind of, while I was sitting down to write down what were some of the things that I could talk about in today's call, I wrote down some really, really, really heavy things, right? So, are you guys ready to listen to the heavy stuff that I wrote down? Let me know in the comments if you are ready. Just write down ready in the comments below. Come on. I feel like I'm talking to myself, and it's always great to have some engagement, people talking to me and so on. So, are you ready to listen to some of the heavy stuff that I have written down? Okay. Okay, thank you, Anna. All right. Okay, so when you fight, okay, when you fight for or against something, when you have that energy of fight within you, guess what you're doing? You are uninviting money, right? So everywhere where you are fighting for or against, who or what are you fighting for or against, that if you were to stop fighting for or against it, you would stop uninviting money. Okay, so let's release on that. Right, so this whole energy of fight has such an energy, like it will really lead to uninviting money. Like for example, if you go into a room and there are people fighting, right, do you do you like to stay in the room or do you just want to run away from there, right? So if there is an energy of fight in your life, then guess what's happening? The money just wants to run away. The money doesn't want to stay with you. Okay, I'm not fighting now. I realize that I defend myself from others. And so the same thing with defending, right? So who or what are you defending for or against? That if you were to stop defending for or against it, would stop uninviting money. Because if you look at someone who is being very, very defensive, do you want to stay around them? No, you don't really want to stay around them. You just want to go away from them, right? So when you have this energy of defending for or against, that's also uninviting money. Okay, so number one is it's not fair. Number two is fighting for or against something. Number three is defending for or against, right? And also the points of views that you have about money. So, if you have a point of view that your clients will not pay you a certain amount of money, and even though you have created a workshop, you have announced a workshop, and at the back of your mind you have this thing that even though I've announced it, nobody is going to sign up for it. Guess what? You are totally going to create that for you. Okay. So, when you have that vibration of people are not going to pay me this amount of money, guess what? You are going to attract all those kind of people who will not be able to pay you that kind of money. Okay? Now, this is a really interesting exercise that I would like you to do. This is like a pen and paper exercise that you can do. And the pen and paper exercise is write down 10 things that you think are wrong money. Okay. So when I say the words wrong money, what are 10 things that come up for you? So I'm going to just give you like few minutes to write this down, and then I'm also going to share with you guys what list, like literally I did this before going live, so I have my own list of wrong money, and I'd love to see what your list of wrong money is. Because guess what? When you write down your list of wrong money, then all these are just points of views, and each of these points of views are actually uninviting money. Each of these points of views are stopping you from receiving money. Okay, so write down wrong money, and I want you to give me 10 things which come under wrong money here. Okay, so are you guys writing? Come on, right. Okay, so till then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to energetically like clear the stuff for Shaheen. Okay, so Shaheen, um, all of you, please continue to write down what wrong money means to you. Like write down 10 things which pop up when you think about wrong money. Okay, so I'm going to just clear stuff for you. So everything within you and outside of you that doesn't allow you to receive the money for your workshop, let's release on that. And everything within you and outside of you that doesn't allow you to charge that much money for your workshop, let's release on that. And everything within you and outside of you, and all the points of views that you have that people won't pay you and they won't subscribe to the workshop because they don't have the money. Let's release on all that. So, Shaheen, if you see each of these is just a point of view that you have. So, I would recommend, that I can't have, just set a target for yourself. Maybe you want to have 10 people, 20 people in your workshop, right? Then what you do is, I can't have 20 people in my workshop because, and then write down everything that comes up for you, and then you can take each one of those points and listen to the 1 minute clear anything recording. So, I can say this to Shaheen because she's been in a few workshops with me and she has that recording. Okay. So just do that and do this every single day. You can do it even twice a day if you like. So it's like literally where you are in this space where you have a really strong point of view that people cannot afford that much money. Okay. All right. So, can you please clear the scarcity and lack and asking money, even if it is from my husband? Okay. So, I have a great thing for you, and all you have to do is like, so if you hesitate in asking for money, right? So use this statement, and I'd like everyone to say this with me right now. And the statement is this: can I have the money now, please? Okay. And ask this, like, say this 10 times. And I want you to practice saying this 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening. Okay. So let's say it all together. Can I have the money now, please? 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 So, everyone, I hope you're saying it with me and say it out aloud, okay? Can I have the money now, please? 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 So, if you hesitate in asking for money, I want you to keep doing this 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening. And it's amazing. It will really shift your energy around asking for money. So, Neetu, let me know how that is. Okay. Now, everyone, please write down whatever is coming up for you around wrong money. Okay? So, when I was doing my thing, when I wrote down the things, so wrong money. So under wrong money, I wrote down things like money from drugs, okay, money from terrorists, okay. Then another thing that popped in my head was like tainted money or blood money. So tainted money or blood money is generally like money which is given to people to kill someone else. Like, what was coming up in my awareness was this thing around blood diamonds, So I don't know if you guys have seen that movie called Blood Diamonds, and it's like a portrayal of all the lives that are lost or all the people that are killed because of the diamond trade in Africa, right? So blood diamonds is what came up for me. So blood money. Then something else was money from human trafficking, money from child trafficking, money from prostitution, then money from cheating others, right? So these are all the things that came up for me around wrong money. Now, if when I looked at all this, I realized that there is so much emotional charge that I have around this. So here's the thing, we have been and done everything, right? We have been and done everything. And so what happens is that in some other lifetimes we've killed, we've done all kinds of horrific things. We have also been victims of all kinds of horrific things. So the chances are that each one of these things you have either experienced or you have perpetrated them. And in most cases, you have done both, right? And that's why the energetic charge is there. So, whatever has come up for you around wrong money, I would say that you can, just take that and release on that. So when I say release on that, I do energetic releases when I'm doing these live shows. So you can just write down your things and take one thing at a time and listen to me. If you are in one of my programs, I generally give a loop called Clear Anything, and it's a 1 minute loop, and you can listen to it and you can clear stuff. So, I also wanted to invite you to one of my newest creations, and it is called Money Club for Nine. And literally, it's a club for $9. Okay. And in this money club for nine, you can actually sign up, and it costs you $9 per month. And every month, I'm going to do 7 days of money energetic releases. Okay. For 7 days, I'm going to work on every person who has signed up, and it is only going to be on the topic of money, to release stuff around money. Okay. So whatever are your blocks, whatever is stopping you, whatever, I clear that in those 7 days. Plus, once a month, you will have a live facilitation call with me, which will be on Zoom, and you can just come on Zoom and you can, ask me to facilitate you on anything, and it only costs $9. So if you see the link there, it's there on the screen. Or if you would like to have the link, just type in money 9 in the comments, and then I will let you have the link separately. Okay. So I hope you guys will join me for this, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. Now, Mexi says, people that owe me money, I'm very passive at collecting. Okay. So, Mexi, again, this is for you too. Keep saying these words. Can I have the money now, please? 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 So like literally say this 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the evening, especially if you are one of those people who hesitates in asking for money. This tool is for you. And then you have to go and you have to actually ask for money. Okay. So let me share a story around this particular tool. This is one of my favorite tools. And so there was a woman who did a workshop with me, and she did not pay me for the workshop. She said to me, you know what, I don't have the money now. I'll pay you after I get my paycheck. And she promised to give it to me after her next paycheck. And she didn't pay me, and I always kept hesitating in asking her, and a year went by. Okay. And then I learned about this tool. Can I have the money now, please? And so what I did was I literally sat and I did this. Can I have the money now, please? Can I have the money now, please? Like I did this 10 times. And then what I did was that I sent her a message on WhatsApp, and I said, hey, you know what, you did this workshop with me 1 year ago, and you were supposed to pay me when you got your paycheck, and it's already been 1 year. So can I have the money now, please? I literally sent her the message like that, right? And immediately she responded to me and she said, hey, I'm really sorry. I apologize. It just slipped my mind. And, as soon as I have my paycheck, I will send it to you. So I asked her, okay, when do you get your paycheck? So she gave me on the 3rd of the month. Okay. And then there comes the 3rd of the month and she didn't pay me. Right. So I was like, oh my God, even after sending her that text, it didn't work and she didn't pay me. Right. And so what I said was that, okay, you know what, I'm going to, so I sat down and I did that thing again. Can I have the money now, please? Can I have the money now? I did it like 10, 20, 30 times. And then I wrote her another message. And I said, hey, you promised that you would give me the money on this date, and it's already 3 days over it. So can I have the money now, please? And you know what? She didn't respond for about an hour or so. And after an hour, she responded saying that I've already sent it to your bank account. So it's that, if you don't ask for the money, people are not going to give it to you, right? And so, like for me, one of the great shifts was this, to shift from, not comfortable asking for people money during my workshops to now actually asking money from people, like telling them to pay me upfront. Like, you have to pay me in order to be in the workshop. If you want to have facilitation from me, you want to have one-on-one sessions from me, you need to pay me before. You cannot wait after the session to get paid, right? And all this occurred because I kept using this tool, can I have the money now, please? In fact, there was a point at which I wanted like a big sum of money because I wanted to do some things. And so, what I started doing was that every day in the morning when I went out for my walk, while I was walking, I set a timer in my phone, and for 15 minutes every single day, I would just go, can I have the money now, please? Can I have the money now, please? And I would actually like sing this and, just have fun with it. And I would say, can I have the money now, please, universe? And can I have the money now, please? And I would just be singing, and, all of that. And I did this for 1 month, because I was actually visiting my brother in the US. And so I would do this every day in the morning. Like every time I think about this, I think about, where I would go for a walk around the lake and, think all those memories come up. And so when I came home, I actually forgot about it. But within 3 months, I had created the sum of money that I required, So this is like a really, really, really powerful tool. Okay. Can I have the money now, please? So like literally, okay. So let's go back to uninviting money. So what are the 10 things you wrote for wrong money? So I was just going through my list of wrong money, and I'll just share a few more things with you. So for me, people, so one of the things that really triggers me a lot is when people don't have the money and they use the credit card to pay for my classes, So that was like I had such a strong point of view around that. And I realized I had such a strong point of view around that even recently. Okay. So again, I'm not saying that it's a right point of view or a wrong point of view, or it's good or bad, because, when you have these polarized points of view, like right, wrong, good, bad, good, evil, and all these kind of things, all that it does is it stops you from receiving. And that is one of the ways in which you are uninviting money. And so, when you identify these points of views, it's the best thing is that you actually release on all these points of views. You just let go of all these points of views. So guess what? This list is now my really, really valuable list, because I wrote down so many things around which I have so much charge, and I didn't even realize I had so much charge. Like I remember I had done this list when I was doing my 100 times of how to become money workbook. And in one of the calls, all this stuff had come up and we had released on that. But obviously it wasn't enough, because there is so much charge that I have around all these. So what is your what is your list of 10 things around wrong money? Okay, I love this. I'm going to just show this thing. So I told this tool to a friend of mine. She was living hand to mouth. She did this tool, and suddenly company who had fired her and had not paid her for months paid her. She did the tool. Can I have the money now, please, for 3 days? Yeah. See, this is amazing. So you guys today, do this tool, do this like 15 minutes, and do this like me, 15 minutes a day for the next 1 month, and let's just see what starts to show up for you. Okay. Then another thing which is on my list of wrong money is smuggling. Some money coming from smuggling is again wrong money for me, quote unquote. And then yeah, so this is my list of 10. So again, for those of you who joined late, I would invite you to write the words, what does wrong money mean to me, and write down whatever comes up for you under that. And all those things are really valuable because you can release on all that, and you can clear your energetic charge around that. Because when you have a point of view that this is wrong money, then you will not be able to receive money. Because say for example, I have a point of view that money from cheating is wrong money, right? So say for example, someone cheated someone else of a sum of money. Okay, so X cheated Y of say $1,000. Okay, now X has $1,000 with him, and maybe he paid some of the $1,000, like some amount. He used it to buy grocery, right? Now when I go to get grocery, right, and I give my I buy some grocery from that store, then the grocery clerk might give me the money which has come from X, right? So now what has happened? I have got something that I've labeled as wrong money, right? And so because I have a point of view that this is wrong money, what am I going to do? I'm going to make sure that I get rid of that money. So this is all occurring on a very energetic level. It's not like you're doing it consciously. So it might be like a $50 bill or $100 bill or whatever it may be, and suddenly it might just fall away somewhere or something like that. So these are the different ways in which you set up so that you are uninviting money. Okay, so like just make a list of those 10 things and release on that. Okay, now another thing that I was looking at when I kind of looked at this whole topic of uninviting money is bad money. Okay, now what do I mean by bad money? Okay, what I mean by bad money is like money given to quote unquote for bad things, right? So for example, some of the like bad uses of money. So what I want you to do is I want you to write down bad uses of money and write down whatever has come up for you again. So I'm just going to read out a few things that I wrote down around bad uses of money. So one was like terrorism, prostitution, human trafficking, money paid for killing, money paid like contract killing and things like that, genocide and, things like that. So all these are things which are very, very, very heavy energy, right? And so when I think about terrorism and I say that, okay, terrorism is wrong, it's bad, it's whatever, and then I have money linked to terrorism, then guess what? I'm also having those points of views around money. Okay, are you getting it? So, like, can you perceive the energy around money? It's like so heavy. So, basically, money has no energy. But, in all the connections that we make in our brains around money, all the points of views that we have around money, what happens is that taints the energy of money for us. So, as long as the energy of money is tainted for us, then can you receive money? Can you invite money into your hand, into your life, in your wallet, in your bank account? You can't, because you have set up all these things which are uninviting money. So, does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? What I'm talking about here? All the different points of views that create uninviting money here, right? And how many of you can kind of relate to this? And please do go ahead and share with me, all the things that are coming up for you around this wrong money, bad money, and all of this. Okay. Now, one last thing that I'd like to end with. So, I don't know who you are. It shows as Facebook user. You are fortunate. I know one way only to have money: working and asking a credit institution, of course. Okay. So, like, do you realize that this is also a point of view? When you say, I know only one way to have money, which is working and asking a credit institution, that's also a point of view that you have, right? And your point of view creates your reality. So if your thoughts become things. Okay, so if you have a thought that the only way that money can come to me is by a job, and b via a credit card, then guess what? You are only going to be able to receive money in those two ways, and you will not be able to receive money in any other way. Does that make sense? Right? And so, what you have to do, if your thoughts are becoming things, so if your thoughts are creating your reality, then all that you have to do is you have to change thoughts. Okay, so the way that you can change your thoughts is by releasing on that. And there are many different tools that you have to release. Like, you can do things like EFT, you can do things like TFT, you can do, I mean, a whole bunch of tools are available to you to change your thoughts. Okay, so again, I'm not saying that credit card is bad. I'm saying that that is a point of view that I have. And that is a point of view which is obviously sticking me, and it is also stopping my energy flows. It is stopping my money flows. So I wasn't saying things like this thing is good or this thing is bad, because the whole conversation is about getting out of the points of views of good or bad and right or wrong. Because when you have the points of views of good, bad, right, wrong, you are obviously going to stop your money flows. You are obviously uninviting money. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, and feel free to ask me any questions. Now, how many of you would like to have my notes from today? So if you would like to have my notes from today, just write in the comments notes, and I will give it to you. So the way I will give it to you is that I'll message it to you. um, uh, I'll message you the notes in your Facebook Messenger. Okay. So, no, don't say me. You have to write the word notes, because I'll not do it right away. I will kind of do it maybe in a day or two. And so, if you write me, I don't understand what you mean by me. You have to write notes. Okay. So, message you in Facebook Messenger. So you have to check in your messenger if you receive my notes or not. Okay. All right. So the one last thing that I'd like to leave everyone with today is, let me ask you this question, and like it will kind of ask you to contemplate on this a lot. And let's see. Okay, so where are you lying yourself out of a fortune today? Where are you lying yourself out of a fortune today? Okay, and if someone wants to type that out in the comments, I would really appreciate it so that everyone can see what it is. Where are you lying yourself out of a fortune today? Okay, so now, uh, uh, you know, did you guys get it? What lies are you telling yourself that stops you from receiving a fortune, right? So for example, if you say that, nobody is going to register for my workshop, no, if you say to yourself that nobody is going to register for my workshop, and I don't think people can afford to pay for my workshop, is that a lie? Is that a lie, right? Because if your workshop costs 2,900, then how many people are there in your country who can easily afford to pay that much amount? Like it's just like pocket change to them, right? How many people are there? I mean, there are thousands and thousands of people, right? So when you say that, you are lying to yourself, right? And when you are saying that and you're lying to yourself, you are shutting yourself off from a fortune that can come to you, right? Like, maybe 100 people would register for your workshop, and that would be like how much? 300,000 rupees or whatever, right? And that's a fortune, right? Maybe 1,000 people could come for your workshop, and that would be like 3 million rupees. I cannot even, like, 6 zeros in front of it, right? So that is just a lie that you are telling yourself. Because here's the thing, any point of view that you have which is stopping you from receiving money, it's just a lie that you are telling yourself. So these are all the lies that you tell yourself, and you are literally lying yourself out of a fortune, right? So the things I know and say are of no value. Okay, so if you have this point of view, then if you are trying to promote a workshop, then is anybody going to buy your workshop? Because you have a point of view that the things I say and know have no value. So literally you are lying yourself out of a fortune. Okay, so I want you guys to sit with these questions, and everyone who's written notes, I will send it out now. You guys have to be a little patient, because I will get to this whenever I get to this, and it might be today, it might be tomorrow, it might be in a few days. Okay, so as long as you have to put the word notes in the comments here. If you message me on Facebook Messenger, I will not send it to you. You have to put the word notes in the comments here. Okay, so when you put the word notes in the comments here, then I'll probably tell my assistant to look at all that, and she will, send you the thing. She'll send you the notes from this. Okay, so what I would highly recommend is that you go through the notes. I'll write down my questions there, and you do a pen and paper exercise with all this, and then use whatever tools that you have to release on this. And these questions, these things, they bring up some really, really deep stuff, right? And so, like, the things that came up for me around wrong money, right? So when it brings up all this deep stuff, there are many, many layers to it, and you really have to, release on it, ongoingly, right? So you might have to do it like a few times, a few hundred times also, because some of the things have a lot of energetic charge. But the more that you release on stuff, the more that these things will start to shift and change for you. Okay, so today I just shared with you just a few of the ways in which you are uninviting money. And there are so many different ways in which we are uninviting money. And so a great question to kind of keep contemplating on a daily basis is, where have I uninvited money today? And do a pen and paper exercise even with that question, where have I uninvited money today? Okay, and of course I just want to kind of invite you again to join me in my money club for 9. And literally it costs $9 per month. Somebody asked me a question for how many months. So it's a monthly membership program. Okay, and there is no commitment. You can join anytime, you can leave anytime. And every month I will be doing money energetic releases for 7 days, and then you will have one live clearing call with me on Zoom. So I hope you guys can join me. And if you would like to join that and you want the link to that, just write down money 9 in the comments and I'll message you the link. Or you can go to my store and just find the money club for 9 there. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I hope this contributed to you. And like, literally, you can listen to it. Like the one that I did last week also kind of connects with money, because last week was all about receiving, right? And today was all about uninviting money, right? And you can just work on that. So Maxi, it's not that you will have to go every month and make a payment. You just have to set up the subscription and then it is automatic every month. Okay. If you have any further questions about this, you can just message me and I'll respond to you. So thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me, and I hope I'll see you next week. It will be on the same time. Unfortunately, I don't recall what the name of next week's live is going to be, but very soon I'm going to post the link to it. So all you have to do is just click on the get reminder button, and you will get a reminder whenever I go live. And it's actually the same time every week. The only difference is when there's going to be a time change that occurs. So that's when things will be slightly different, especially for people. No, I'll let you know in advance. Okay. So thanks, everyone. It was really lovely to hang out with you guys. And I hope you guys will join me next week as well. And I hope you guys will also join me in my money club for 9. Thank you, everyone. Bye.